God only knows what I'd be without you. Didn't know I could sing, did ya? Anyway, hello, my name is Cinemonite, and this is my review of the movie Love and Mercy. Oh boy, I love this movie so much. It's so colorful. That's really all I can say. Well, I can say a lot more, but you get my point. It's colorful. It takes place in both the 60s, which we all know is colorful for many reasons, and the 80s, which for many people is colorful and many other people it's not. Anyway, so what it's about is the leader of the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, in two different periods in his life. In the 1960s, when he was making when he stayed behind while the band was touring in Japan to make their most famous album, Pet Sounds, and also kind of experiment around with all the different sounds and, well, create Pet Sounds then. And then the other era is in the 1980s. Hair is in the 1980s when he's under the control of Dr. Eugene Landy, who is a maniacal and insatiable tormentor to Brian Wilson, who basically controls every part of his life for a good majority of the 80s. So basically what this movie is kind of a testament to Brian Wilson and what he is, a genius in music. And if you watch the movie and you see the scenes in the studio where they're recording the actual music, well, quote-unquote recording, but you get my point, then it is just remarkable to see, because you see the breaking down and reconstruction of all the music and everything, and the instruments that Brian Wilson used and everything, and all that. Moving on to the performances. The performances are out of this world. Especially Paul Dano, which for some people is a shocker. I know. I mean, Paul Dano, personally, he's not my favorite. He's not always my favorite. No offense to him. He's an actor, and I can't really judge him or anything, because, you know, actor. And so, but in this one particularly, I just love him because, I mean, as we know, his kind of thing that he gets characterized as, or, you know, stereotyped as, is he's the whiny, annoying character. But in this one, he's charismatic, he's sweet, and he's just lovable, and it's really sad and heartbreaking to see him go through all of the hardship that he has to. He gets judged for his creativity in making Pet Sounds by his own brothers. His father is just monstrous to him, selling the rights to their songs. And so, I mean, throughout it all, he just is such an important and inspirational character. Well, Brian Wilson is, and in that, Paul Dano becomes that as well by playing him in such a way. He's quirky, he's sweet, he's funny. Everything about him just screams that I want to be this person to, well, the random person, or at least not want to be, but want to meet, want to be inspired by. Now, moving on to Wilson in the 80s is played by John Cusack, who, well, John Cusack's version is a lot more downplayed, mostly because it's that period where Brian Wilson was under a lot of medications by Landy, and so he talks and acts like a little boy, and, you know, that's just the way it is, and he's heartbreaking, as I said. This movie, in general, it verges on heartwarming and heartbreaking. And that can be a pretty good combination if you get it right. If you get it wrong, it can end up pretty badly. And so, anyways, moving on, the love interest, Melinda Ledbetter, played by Elizabeth Banks, is amazing. She's funny, she's sweet, she's basically what you would want a love interest to be for someone who is so broken and is so broken up like Brian Wilson is in the period of his life where he meets her. But moving on to Landy. Oh boy, Landy. Well, Dr. Eugene Landy is played by Paul Giamatti, who I have always loved and admired, and he's played in such a way that he's such an overwhelming and out-of-this-world character that he can sometimes seem like a cartoon character, but it's played just enough that it can still be, like, grounded in reality. In reality. I'm British. In reality, all of a sudden. And that is just, like, all the reasons why I love this movie so much. If I gave ratings, 10 out of 10. Definitely. And so, that's all I have to say about this movie. This recording went on for a lot longer than I usually go for. But anyway, if you like this video, was helpful, or you just enjoyed it in general, then like, comment, and subscribe below, and I'll try and get more movie content out. It's been a while since I last posted one, so, you know, until then, bye!